Well, good afternoon everybody, it's Derek at Locksmith Services, and today we're going to have a look at part 2 of how to start a locksmith business course in the UK. And today, hopefully after part 1 you've decided what type of locksmith you want to be, so today we're looking at training. So when you're looking at courses, there's a couple of different courses that really you can look at. I'm talking about general locksmithing. If you want an also locksmith course, then you need to look. I don't have any knowledge of how good them courses are, or actually where to go, because I'm not an also locksmith. So when you're looking at training, a couple of key things to remember. If you're aiming at being a warrants locksmith, in other words, you're going to be doing utility warrants on behalf of someone else, that's not something that I do, but if you are, then you need to focus on non-destructive entry. So that basically means that you're going to be going to somewhere with a course enforcement agent and say an electrician or a gas engineer, and they're basically serving a utility warrant, and you need to gain access for them, and there's an expectation, my understanding is, by at least 90% entry rate of opening locks without destruction. So that's key for that bit. If you're becoming a general locksmith, and the majority of the time we're dealing with locks that's failed, so you need to know destructive entry techniques when a lock's failed. Even for lockouts, if a Euro cylinder's not picking, then you need to be able to zero lock and gain entry. Something else to look for as well is small group courses. We actually do a one-to-one course, and we do a maximum of 2 people on any one course. The reason for that is to be able to provide personal support to people who come and do the training. If you're on a small group course, it depends on your needs, but you know it's proven that if you're in a small group on a course, then you should be able to learn more. There's loads of different courses out there. There's 2-day courses, 3, 4-day courses. What I'm going to suggest is that you look for a 5-day course or more. The simple reason is that I did a 5-day course a long time ago, and I found that it's a 5-day minimum is what you should be expecting. You will learn things on 2 or 4-day courses, but it's so intense that you're more likely to forget. Alternatively, you could do a 5-day course or more on a part-time basis. The thing about part-time is if you're in the forces or anything like that, you could probably do that on a weekend or a couple of days off per week. And then you can get your practice in while you're waiting to come out of the services as well. So you're all prepared and ready to go by the time you come out, instead of leaving it to the last minute. I'm going to tell you about the 70% rule, I call it, for training. What you need to remember is, for general locksmiths, 70% of all the doors in the UK are now of a UPVC type. So when you're looking at courses, you want to try and make sure that 70% of your time is going to be spent on UPVC doors, multi-point locks and Euro cylinders, because that's what you're going to cross the most. And the last thing at all that I'm going to talk about is, after your training, try and find someone who's going to provide you with mentorship and support after training, because you're going to need it. Me myself, I was lucky enough to link in with a locksmith over in Halifax. I've known him for 16 years this year now, and we bounce off each other with things that work, things that don't work, different types of locks. So it's ideal that you find a training provider that's going to provide mentorship and support after your course. For our courses, we actually have a WhatsApp group of like thinking members. We share information, and that's basically it. If you need any more, if you've got any more questions, get in contact with us via our email on YouTube. Thank you.